Now, what's up? All right.
Filter. Live. No results found.
Oh, that's weird.
The Dynasty Pylon. Filter.
All right. Well, whenever you find that, we should be going live. So, yeah, we should be good.
All right.
All right. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Been busy. Just watching the football game, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. Tom Brady got his 7th win, or his 7th ring in the 10th appearance.
10.
Right? Yeah.
7
dude.
of 10. 70%
that's-
win percentage.
Dude, that's nuts, man. I don't think anybody else in history can ever pull that off ever again. No way in hell.
History. There's teams can't even pull it off.
That's true. But
Team 6 is the top for teams.
But think about it, man,
more
like-
than them.
like, this is so cool, like, to watch this guy do what he did. Like, you're never going to see this ever again. I really doubt that you're going to see someone else do this ever again. I don't know.
Oh, I agree.
Like, there's franchises out there with only, what, six wins? Roughly around that?
Yeah, the top two, the Patriots, obviously, Tom Brady,
Yeah.
and the Steelers, they had 6.
That's nuts, dude.
Yep.
As a single man, dude, like, I don't, like, this guy has clearly established himself as the GOAT, so, anyways,
Well, Definitely no argument there.
it's funny because, like, as Dynasty players, we think about, like, what are we going to do with him? Like, I know one of our guys has him, and I wonder if he trades him away or something, but, I mean, I personally probably would just keep him on, and
Oh,
not
I would
actually
definitely keep him as like my number 2 for sure.
potentially
He's
number
not putting
one,
up
just
the
wait
same
till he
numbers
retires.
during the regular season. Well, I'm saying he doesn't put up the same numbers during the regular season, but seems like he's always on teams where he doesn't have to.
Right. I don't know. I think he did pretty good. He wasn't bad. I think he.
Oh, he
did.
wasn't bad, but I mean, I don't think he was barely top 10 stats wise.
True. But he got you
But I
there. I mean, if it definitely
Yeah.
if when you put him against the Falcons, he would put up numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
weak ass defense, But no, man. I think
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious, dude. Like watching him and Mahomes. Like Mahomes needed this game to win. Like there was a blanket of like how else am I gonna say this? Like Mahomes needed this win in order to get out of this blanket because I felt like there's just here's Mahomes. He needed to get over that in order to like establish himself as better than Brady. But Brady's still like, hey man, settle down, kid. I'm still here. So I just think it's funny that I saw this picture and I'm just thinking like,
Well, if he had won, he would have broke Brady's record for youngest player with or quarterback with two rings.
yeah, that's true. But
Because even Brady had to take a year before he won his segment.
right, because he didn't even start his first year, right? Who was starting over Brady when he first started? Do you remember?
Bledsoe?
Was it Bledsoe?
Yeah, Bledsoe got hurt during the season at the end, and then Brady came in.
I just tore it up from here on then and made the rest of history, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, though.
Well, he actually got hurt in the divisional round, and Bledsoe started the AFC Championship game and won, and then Brady came back and started the Super Bowl. I thought that was crazy.
But, what is he, 40... He's 42 now, right? 40, 42, 43?
43.
That's just...
And he's coming back, he already said. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding, right? But no, have you, like, I don't know if you've seen some of those pictures. Some of the, like, right now, I think there was a picture of him, like just drunk off his ass. and he,
Oh yeah, I saw
and
the video.
he was holding
Had to
the
be carried by the backup quarterback.
yeah, on the way out, and he was just
Yeah,
smiling like he was in college or something. I thought it was funny.
yeah.
But before that, though,
Well, I mean, he has a right to
well,
smile.
I mean, you just won. Like, why not? I mean, this is their
Yeah,
off season now. I think they get like a month or so, maybe two. I'm not even quite sure what the turnaround point is. I feel like once
yeah,
March comes around, there it's back to game plan because they get new pieces, new players, new. You know,
yeah.
I think that's March 17th is free agency day. So,
Big day, big day.
oh yeah, I'm excited. I mean, for us in our league, we're gonna open it up March 9th, so just a week before.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, open
Okay.
that one up and then like configure some things, like go after certain people that you think that might actually be good next season. So kind of like almost like a pre-draft thing, but
That's still hard though, because you still have that 15 maximum, and it'd be like, who do I drop?
right,
It was
right,
already hard enough getting to
right.
15.
So a little bit about our
Now
league.
you gotta be like, who am I gonna drop to pick this guy?
A little bit about our league. It's called the Nasty League. Right? It is nasty. Why? Because not only is it's a half dynasty, half redraft. So we have 15. You keep 15 keepers out of a 22-man roster. So you drop 7 of them. Now, every year we have 7-round draft picks, just like the NFL. However, your normal it's a QB one standard with 10-point PPR. So we have a 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, a kicker, and no defense. And here's where it gets tricky. This is where it gets a little bit nasty here. But we have a IDP, which is individual defensive player, uh, linebacker, D lineman, DB, whoever you feel like as your flex. That's where you're going to put them at. However, you also have your starters at your defensive line and your starters at your linebacker and your DB. So it's definitely interesting. Definitely changes it up. There's no cap penalty to anything.
But it's a good interesting though. It's a
Oh
good
yeah,
interesting. I
definitely.
like
Like
it.
I definitely do pay attention to the defensive side of it. I definitely just like I don't think I've been more excited about a single pass deflection or
Right?
like in my life ever until we started this league. Also, like interception yards like count like once you're if you have a DB that gets an interception, that's big money right there. I think this last season I drafted Jeremy Chin and I actually beat
Oh, back to back.
your what's that?
The back to back
Oh,
fumbles
dude,
for
I don't
touchdowns.
think Braden was very happy about that week.
Oh no, he was not.
So,
This hey, welcome to the league, Braden.
and that was the week he took over, I
That's
think. But he was talking,
yep. It was his first
he
week.
was talking so much smack, dude. I think it was funny. So, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting to the league, and this is what I'm gonna do," or just talking like, "Oh, my first game, and I face you, and I'm gonna take you out." I'm like, "All right, dude, just relax there, buddy. First, you gotta make an impression on me first, then." He
Right.
basically took Bill O'Brien's role. The guy before him just wasn't reliable, I guess I should say, with
Yeah.
with the fees and him being active at all. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
but Braden took over. He was good about it. I look forward to what he's gonna do with his season, especially after dropping Matthew Stafford, which was
Yeah. And trading with Chimera.
okay. So I don't think that was totally a bad move. I think as
Oh, I don't think it was a bad move
because
either.
we
He got a lot of compensation.
oh
But
no because like let's talk about that like with Kamara being there with no Breeze, do you really think that he's gonna be the same? Like we saw and we witnessed how he was with Hill.
I feel like it could go either way. I mean, it depends. You're right. Depends. If they go with like a Hill or a guy like Hill, then it could hurt them. But at the same time, if they go with someone unproven or like an actual quarterback, it could help them because they're going to lean on uh, the people they know who can produce. Especially if the passing game really starts to flounder, they'll be like, "Oh, well, we'll just run the ball with
Who do
Chimera
you think's gonna stay
or
there though?
Murray." Well, I thought Winston was going to take over, but now you hear they're over 100 million over the cap, and he's a free agent. So
Dude, I have no idea.
unless Winston plays for
But I would.
free, I don't know how they're going to keep him.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But I honestly thought that Winston would gonna be the guy. Like maybe they just rested him. Maybe they just.
Oh, I think he still has a chance to be the guy there.
I think so.
I don't know if you heard, but I guess after they lost, he actually went up to Winston and told him, "It's your team now."
Really? Oh, see, I
Breeze
didn't
did,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I thought I don't know with Sean Payton and his ways of loving Hill so much. I don't know. He's like to me, it's not even like a QB. Like he reminds me too much of uh, what's his face that played for freaking Broncos. I can't even. Tim Tebow. God, brain
Tim
fart right
Tebow.
there. Yeah, he just reminds me of Tim Tebow, like all over.
For some reason, when you were going there, as soon as you said that, I was like, "He's going Tim Tebow." I
Well,
just feel like
does he not remind you of that a little bit though?
No, he does, and that's why I also figured that's where you were going.
Well, I mean, it's kind of it's.
'Cause that's where my head went.
So like, does that depreciate the value of Kamara? Like, I don't think I'm going to take him in the top 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either. I mean, it's as of right now, yeah, I don't think I would. But there's so many things that could happen to change that too.
Like, we know Breeze is probably gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe Breeze is gone. Yes.
I mean, he retired, but something about this contract negotiations that they were talking about, like what does that mean? Like, are they going to bring
drop
it back?
into $1 billion?
Like, I don't know.
So
They're doing some type of contract negotiations. He's for sure gone. He retired. He said it, but again, we're not sure. I mean, we saw Favre.
Well, he hasn't come out.
Favre
he
came
hasn't
back.
come out and said anything.
So exactly,
Favre
it wasn't
came
like an
back
official.
That time.
Right. So, but anyways, we went off the rails there, like hardcore. We were definitely talking about the Super Bowl with Patrick and Mahomes, and that.
Got on the Breeze mare.
Yeah. So I did want to talk about that. How I saw this video where, he obviously is not. He's in party mode, Brady, right now. So he's in his college years right now, but they're on like a boat, probably about 20 feet away from each other. And I think I showed you this.
I think anybody hanging out with Gronk at a party.
Yeah, you see mode. Gronk and you see Antonio Brown and you see Mike Evans on the other boat, and Brady has his own boat to himself and him and his family. And I think it's funny if you hear the audio on there, you can hear his kids saying no, and then you can see Brady tossing the Lombardi like maybe about 20 feet or 15 feet to the other side of the boat, and Gronk and AB catching it. It's like, oh my god, dude, like you just tossed the Lombardi, and like only him would be able to get away with that crap. But I just think it's funny.
Probably. I was like, at least the best possible outcome happened. I was like, can you imagine if it just sank to the bottom?
I'm sure they could just pay someone to go get
it. Or the bay. But like that would have just been. I'm sure there probably were people down there already.
But you know, it's.
You saw all the fans and boats. There's probably people down. Oh, they're getting ready. If it goes, I'm gonna get it.
So yeah, I was thinking like, for obviously we saw how well the Bucks did, but had the Chiefs, like I feel so bad for Patrick, dude. Like I feel like he was doing anything and everything to survive, and
I feel like his offensive line really.
Oh god, yeah. Well, I mean they were injured. And then I don't know if like in one of my other shows with the Morning Spike, I was talking to those guys and I was telling them that the Bucks had a secret weapon, and it was their barber. Like they sent in a barber to give him COVID and see if like maybe we can take him out. But unfortunately, I think Wiley, one of their main offensive linemen, was down. Not only, but Patrick had a turf toe going on. So with that, his turf toe, I think 2 of his linemen were down, and dude, no one was catching anything. Some of those throws that he threw were just like,
oh, I know,
unbelievably human. Like I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and they were perfect throws.
Like that one where he like ran for like 10 seconds and then while being tackled threw it into the end zone. I was like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
heck?
and Pringle missed it, and then there was another one
Yep.
where he threw it, and he was like literally sideways. He like dove, and he was sideways, and it hit him right in the face.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
was like,
And then I've never seen Kelsey
I
drop
was
so
like,
many
dude,
balls in my life.
no, and he was in the end zone. I can't even remember who it was,
Like
but
especially in that first half.
I was like,
Ridiculous.
dude, this guy, man, and it wasn't even anything like remotely close to what I thought it was gonna be. I had a feeling the Bucks were gonna win, but I didn't think that it was gonna be that bad.
Yeah, I
So
wasn't shocked that they won it all either, but I thought it was going to be like Brady time in the fourth quarter, like
right,
driving
like
them
as
down for
he
either
always
field goal or
does,
touchdown
you
for the
know, like
win.
so.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
the fact that as soon as they got 10 points, it's over.
and then there was some of those calls, the flags. It was just like, dude, I felt like
It, it did seem a little one sided on the calls, but I don't.
some of them,
You still can't, even if the calls were
some of
even.
them.
Even if the calls were even, they still would have
Yeah,
lost that
yeah.
football
I
game.
did you
So
see the Patrick
you
Winfield
can't blame the
one
refs.
where
The which one?
Patrick Winfield holds up a peace sign to Hill's face? You didn't see that?
Oh,
So
I
like week
did.
15 or I think it was 17 or something, Hill runs, takes off on it like an 80-yard bomb, and as he's basically burning him, he throws up a big old peace symbol like "see ya." So
Hmm.
Winfield does it, and then he throws that up on Hill's face, and they called sportsmanlike conduct. I'm like, dude, come on, just let him play. There were so many calls.
Right.
Just let him play. I think,
Well, then there was the whole scuffle between Matthew and Brady.
yeah, yeah. I don't even know what that was about.
I heard something today. Like I don't know sources or anything, but I heard something today that apparently before the game, Brady texted Matthew something, and that had something to do with that exchange.
Really,
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were friends like that.
I I mean I didn't either. I was just like weird, I guess.
Yeah,
Text him something to get under his skin, and then ends up working out in the game, I guess. But
yeah. But I just think that they'll generate and they'll see what they did wrong. I mean, I think the Chiefs have the same squad next year. I don't think any key pieces are leaving, right?
yeah, I don't think any key pieces
So
are leaving either.
we could potentially see them back next season, and if what Brady is saying, he's gonna come back. So I think, I mean,
Brady Mahomes too.
I don't think so. You think?
The NFL going to be like the NBA, where the same teams make it 4 years
I
in a
don't think
row?
so. I think
I hope not. I like to see
no.
some
I
parity.
okay.
So
I think the Bills can do something. The Packers. I think the Bills and the
oh, I think the
Packers.
Bills will be
What's up?
better. Oh, I believe you. The Bills will
They're
be
just
be a
like a
team
key
next year.
pieces away. I think
Yeah.
that the Bills probably need a little bit more on D, like maybe another good safety, because Poyer's doing his job. I think Matt Milano is definitely doing his good. Tremaine Edmonds, those guys are doing solid. I think
And they're pretty
yeah,
young.
yeah. So I think maybe I think Allen just maybe need like maybe Moss finally does a little bit better.
I was going to say, I think the Bills need like a more
Like
consistent
it
running
was
back.
just like Singletary, we thought it was the show, and then turns out he's not. So they get Moss, and he's a bigger bodied guy, but I don't think he's got that elusiveness. Maybe they draft another running back. Maybe they get like a Travis
Maybe.
Etienne or something like that, like someone quick, someone agile, someone to help out, like do the 1-2, and then send Moss in the third down back or something.
Or maybe bring one in from free agency. I don't know who's
Oh God,
available,
no!
but
That
off
is
the
a
top of my head.
cesspool of
But
madness in there. That is no. It
is
is
it?
looking ugly. I think Le'Veon Bell's and I think Kenyon Drake is the best available free agent in the running backs right now. It is nasty, and maybe Philip Lindsay. I looked at some of the most of them are old, and most of them just don't have it anymore. So it's really disgusting. So like I said, I think the Bills have a little bit more key pieces, maybe another receiver, but I think Taylor Gabriel is pretty good. I think he'll break out next year. See if Cole Beasley still plays as good as he did this season. I think Knox needs to show up a little bit more, show a little bit more size
I was gonna say that was the other position, maybe tight end.
I think Knox is good. I mean, maybe you can get another one, and double tight.
I think he's good too, but I mean, look at the Buccaneers who had freaking three.
True. So I mean,
and you got freaking Browns. They got like three good ones too.
and then so you got the Bills, and then I'm surprised that the Bucks even beat the Packers. Like I just didn't.
Yeah, in Lambeau.
Yeah. I think do you think if the Packers would have drafted Justin Jefferson or someone like that in the first round rather than Love, do you think they would have had?
Yeah, but if they don't draft Love, do they trade up?
Well, they traded for him. Like, I think if they would have had another receiver, like even a Michael Pittman. Like, Michael Pittman was in the second round.
But where was their original first round pick is what I was saying. Because, like, they traded up. But if you're not getting Love,
I'm not sure.
You trade up. So who's available?
I'm not sure, but I'll have to look into that.
The original pick, Jefferson might not have been available.
Well, okay.
That's the only
so realistically, I don't think Jefferson was available at that time. I think they were one of the later rounds anyways, weren't they? So...
Yeah, but I think the Vikings drafted Jefferson.
Yeah, it was 20s. Like 26, 28 after they traded with the 49ers, I think, last year. Because the Niners took Ayuk, and then it was the kid from Eagles.
Rager?
That kid, which turned out to be
Jalen Rager.
A little.
He had moments.
He got hurt, man. Which knocked him out for like a couple of...
Oh, did he?
I remember drafting him, and I was excited for him. I thought he was going to be the show.
Oh, it's another team that had two good tight ends.
Yeah, but they can never keep one healtky.
Trend. Tight ends. Well, I know that was their problem. Yeah, they were
tight ends is like a wasteland, all right? Like, I don't even, like unless you had Kelsey.
Well, I was just saying, that seems to be the new trend, though. That you'd have to have, like, 2 or 3 good starting tight ends.
Well, so you're saying that they all get hurt or injured or something? Like, maybe... rotate them.
Well, it worked for Tampa Bay. Howard went out for the year. Oh, great. Step right up.
Yeah, so I just think it's...
Well, I heard we're going to keep Logan Thomas, and they're really looking at going after Hunter Henry if he hits free agency.
I don't see him there, though. I don't see him. I see him, like, somewhere in, like, the Panthers or something.
It's weird. That's actually what I was thinking.
Really?
Too.
I
don't know why, but I was like, I could see Hunter Henry in a Panthers.
And maybe it's just because of the blue, but I think that he...
That, or he also has longer hair, so it kind of reminds me of Greg Olsen.
Just take out that spot, but I don't know.
So that's where I gravitated to.
But yeah, so I don't see that there. But... You know, with the whole situations of, like, the QBs and everything, like, I just see...
Oh, well, don't get me started with QBs, man.
Hey, well, we can get there, but right now, like, I know that we have... there's, like, some big name passes going on, and so... Yeah, and then, so, my bad. Did you see any of these comments? Yeah. So I didn't see any of this. Like, it's actually Tank and Fredo. Yeah,
oh, nice.
Terrible on our part right now. So, yeah, he was trash dunked. 497 yards running into the backfield, and he said, "Come on, man." So yeah, I mean, you know, this is all I'm gonna end up talking with them anyways. But you and I are doing this right now.
Yeah.
You and I are doing our Dynasty little level, but with them, for sure, we go into deeper levels of the teams. You and I go into Dynasty where, for instance, if we really want to talk about your issue in Deshaun Watson, but I think we'll save that till last because I think you want to really say your piece on that, on how you really feel about that as a Deshaun Watson owner. But first, I think we could probably talk about the QB's situation with Matt Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. So, uh, tell me what you think about that, dude.
Well, first and foremost, I think the Rams don't like drafting in the first round.
Yeah, what is up with that?
This will be 7 years in a row they haven't had a first
I don't
round pick.
understand. Like, I don't get it, dude. I really don't. Like, come on. Like, first rounders to me are like your key pieces. Like, yeah, you have your
I think
bust.
Golf was their last first round
Like,
pick.
you have your bust. I get it, But like, for instance, our viewers here, you got Trubisky. So they they remind me almost every week about that one, and they hate that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they
Oh
love
yeah,
Trubisky.
he's their hometown hero over there. So
Yeah, right.
Fredo will have one or two things to say about that. But dude, I don't think, honestly, if I look at this trade, I think the Lions had the better deal of it. And Fredo said they gave up too much for Stafford. Okay, and that's okay for Fredo to think that. However, I don't think so, man. So I don't think it was too much because alone in that trade was supposed to be Stafford and a first rounder and possibly a third. But Goff's contract is so ridiculously high that I think that they threw in an extra first rounder for that trade. So I think that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying
So,
that. They're like, here's an extra first rounder to
well,
take
yeah, man, I don't want
Goff
to
off
pay
our
this
hands.
guy. I think that's a perfect trade. Like, if you're gonna give me an extra first, like, sure, I'll take your other, I'll take all that money back. It's like it's gonna be on me, and eventually, so like if I'm giving you a car and it's used, but it still runs good. Hey, man, I'm like, it comes with the
Right.
trailer. Uh, it's gonna cost you money, but yeah, sure, man, I'll
And I
take
mean,
it too.
that
Like,
way they're also not completely starting from scratch
no,
either.
I mean the Lions have a perfect.
They have a quarterback that's been to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
I honestly I think like with them trading Goff, I think he could be much worse. Like, who would you rather have, Goff or let's dig deep here. Any of the Washington freaking QBs. I'm sorry, only because I'm staring at you and you would
Hey, we re-signed Taylor Heineke.
if he stays healthy, I think that kid's gonna be
Two
good, man.
years, 8 million. Oh,
Like,
I
he
don't
played really
disagree.
good.
But he's got to stay
Yeah,
healthy.
but I mean, if I would rather have Golf over Trubisky, yes, I would definitely have him over Trubisky. All right, so Mark,
Yeah.
I'm gonna name, like, I guess I could name a few QBs and see what you think. If as a Lion, all right, so like put yourself in a Lion's perspective, right? So
Okay.
obviously between Goff and Stafford trade, who would you rather have? And let's see, like if they both ranked. So I know Matthew Stafford ranked number 11 in the league, and Goff was, let's see, a little bit further down. I don't even find him. That's how bad it was. Okay.
Yeah, but if you switch him and you give Stafford the weapons that Goff has, I guarantee you Stafford's gonna be top five.
Dude, he has the pieces, man. He does have the pieces.
Now, I'm saying he was a number 11 in the league with name somebody on Detroit's offense.
That was not injured. I mean,
Yeah,
you Swift.
exactly.
Swift, but even then it was like,
He was
and
even then he was
TJ
inconsistent most
Hawkinson
of the
wasn't
time.
there half the time. Neither was Galladay. Neither, like, Marvin Jones had to
Yeah.
run it, and I think he was out for a couple of weeks. So
Apparently, he wants to join Stafford in LA now.
I can definitely see that, and
Yeah,
I think that would be a really good piece. Having Cup, Woods, and him, like, oh
I
yeah,
agree.
stellar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Teddy Bridgewater or Jared Goff?
Jared
Okay.
Goff.
Derek Carr or Jared Goff? Okay.
Jared Goff.
Drew Lock or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Tua or Jared Goff?
That one's a little bit tougher, but I think as of right now, let's still go
Ooh,
Jared Goff.
see, that's four guys right there. All right, so what about
Eh,
Ryan Tannehill or Jared Goff?
apparently, Alfredo's saying they're just going to trade Goff to get more picks. Says 49ers, Colts. Oh, he said Tua. He's taking Tua over
Oh,
Goff.
okay. Now that he said, you remember that guy. You remember that guy. Because when I come on Sunday, I'm going to ask you that, Tua or Golf. So Alfredo does not think that Tua has what it takes. Also, Fredo is judging him off of 7 games.
Tank also said Tua, by the way.
Well, I would say Tua over Golf any day. But I remember Fredo saying that Tua did not have what it took to be, a good QB. But he only had 7 to 8 games. So like I don't understand how much as a rookie, like what are you going to judge him off of? You know?
That's what I said. That's why I said that one was tougher.
Yeah. So I would take Tua, just because you can, you know, establish him.
Or maybe if Brian Flores would actually let the kid finish a game.
Yeah, that's true. Like they benched him when he was doing horrible. Like, how is he gonna learn if he's not?
That's what I
Yeah,
was
like
saying.
he's not gonna learn anything. Like, to me, if they benched me, right, and I was doing horrible, how am I gonna ever like bounce back? Like, all I know in my head that I got sat because I did shitty. But I just think Fitz over to and two over Golf.
Yeah, I just saw that right now. I was
So
like,
did you say Ryan Tannehill or Golf?
I'd probably go Ryan
Okay.
Tannehill.
See, now I think that's everyone else, but above him is basically you got. So and that was just like averaged, like what people were picking. But if I would actually go by rankings, I think I found it. Ryan Tannehill was number 8, but we'll go with Matthew Stafford was at 15, and Jared Goff was at 18. So not that far from each other. So above Jared Goff was Phillip Rivers.
Weird. I mean, I could see
But
it.
we all thought Phillip Rivers did good this season, right?
Yeah.
They weren't off by much, man. No, not
No.
at all. Like, let's see, 24 pass touchdowns for Phillip, 20 for Jared Goff, and 11 interceptions for Phillip, and 13 for Jared Goff. So, I mean, that does decrease his value a little bit, but for the most part, I don't think they were off by like less. They're about off by 110 yards. So 41-69, Jared Goff at 39-52. It's like 100 to 200 range. But we all thought Phillip Rivers did good. So, I don't know. I think that the Lions are in a good spot. I think that I think with their first rounds of the 7th pick, they might go a lineman. They might go a receiver. I hope they go a receiver. Jesus. Because I don't think they're going to have any of those guys back. I think they go receiver. I think they go with... I think they have another... Was it the first pick of this year or the first pick of next year or something like that? I think they have two first picks this year. I mean, they can go with another defensive piece. I know their defense is pretty bad. They have...
Where do they get the other first round pick this year from?
Their original one. Or was it a first for next season? I didn't pull it up. I probably should.
The Rams start.
Oh, for next year. So they have 2 first rounds for next season.
Yeah.
So they have one for this season.
The Jaguars have the Rams first round pick this year from the Ramsey trade.
Well, I mean, but I mean, like, so as the Lions, they have their first from there, then they have the first for next season and the Rams first. So they have 2 firsts right there. They have a third from this season, So they have 2/3 this season. So they got a 1, a 2, and 2 threes. That's
I do like third round picks.
thirds. You find some gems in there, man. Like
Gibson, McLaren.
well, yeah. The freaking Washington. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about Washington. You guys are hit or miss with some of your picks, and some are good, some are bad.
Can't pick in the first round, but we sure can in the third.
So I just I'm thinking the Rams are in a situation they have to win now. They're in a win now situation.
Yeah.
And Stafford is the guy to get them there. I truly
disagree.
believe that when it comes to Dynasty or any fantasy football, I think that getting any type of their weapons of the Rams should do good. But, we'll see when that time comes, and we'll see who they pick up. I mean, Cam Akers finally came out of nowhere and started playing what they drafted him for. I don't see Brown there anymore, so I think it's going to be Henderson and Akers. And you see Woods and Kupp on the outside. And Higbee read up, so I think he's still good. I don't think they bring what's the other guy? Tyler Everett?
That's Higbee.
Or Higbee. Everett. What's his first name? Anyways, Everett's not there anymore. But
they still have Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds, yeah. That kid should be good. And Van Jefferson, right?
Yeah, he's also size. He's bigger than
Van Jefferson's. He's a pretty good receiver. And not to be mistaken, Justin Jefferson, but Van Jefferson. Jefferson's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know you know, but not.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be a crazy offseason. I cannot wait till March 17. It cannot come any sooner.
No.
I do want to talk about these kids that are coming in, but we can talk about the Senior Bowl next week. That game was nuts.
Okay.
That third and fourth quarter. If you haven't,
that second half was that's.
I was off my couch, man, and it sucked because I was by myself because everyone was out doing their own thing. I was by myself watching it. It sucked, but that Senior Bowl was nuts. So. Do you want to get off your chest on what you think about Watson?
Oh, for the love of God, please don't sit out for the year.
Dude, he's probably gone. He's going to be gone for a whole year, and he's probably going to be... Oh, my God. I don't know what to do.
Well, we saw what that did for Le'Veon Bell's career.
Yeah, but he's a QB. QBs have different...
Yeah, but if you're not out there playing, then you're...
Running backs don't have the same, shelf life.
If he sits out for a whole year, I think it'll be a year or two before he gets back to where he was.
Maybe. But they don't have the same shelf life. The running backs have a 6-year window.
You're going to have rust from not playing for a whole year. Not to mention my entire season in Dynasty is probably shot.
You got Sam. You got Sam.
Where is he playing?
I mean, I don't know.
I got 2 quarterbacks. Right, I don't know where they're playing next year. It's great.
So, those who came in late, our league is a 22-man roster with a 15 keeper. My friend Mark here has Deshaun Watson and Sam Darnold. Those are his QBs. And he's going into next season, and he's not sure what he's going to do with his life. We don't know if he's going to draft a running back or draft I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah. Well, running back is a position of need, but apparently so is quarterback at this rate.
I don't know. Hopefully he plays. Hopefully he doesn't.
I mean, I could hit the jackpot. He could get traded.
What I think will happen will probably happen is he might sit out and then come to a conclusion what am I doing? I don't know. That's such an interesting situation with what's going on over there.
Hank says he doesn't think he'll sit out, but if he stays, he'll make Houston's life hell.
Oh, maybe, probably.
See that?
But I it's it all depends on what's going to happen with the free agency. I think that some moves can be made during the free agency. Uh, weren't they talking about sending him? What was it? I think you had said this where he was going, or someone had traded, or potentially there were some rumors that he was going to go somewhere, and I totally forgot where. But
Well, the first one was Miami for
yeah,
Tua,
no, it was after that
and then I'm hearing Jets. It'd be funny if my
where he
quarterback swap.
where he wants to go. Like no other, like if the Jets can make it work to get Watson there, I think that'd be awesome. Like not, the guy wants to go there. Like not many
Yeah.
people say that. So
Well, it's a big market team. He can grow his brand. Plus, if he goes there, he'll draw other players
yeah,
there.
for sure.
Makes sense.
I just like he could pull in Galladay or
Apparently, everyone really likes their new
was
coach.
that?
So everyone really likes the Jets' new
Well,
coach.
if you
The
had
defensive
Adam
coordinator from
Gase
the 49ers.
as your head coach, I don't care who you bring in.
Well,
I'm
no one
gonna
wants to
like
fight
you
for
if
him.
you're not Adam Gase. You're not. Your name's not Adam Gase.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody liked that
I
guy.
don't think anyone's gonna want Adam Gase as their head coach. It doesn't even matter who it is. Like
No.
I don't care. Like I would rather have Dan Quinn, okay, as than Adam Gase.
Dan
Okay,
Quinn.
at least that man can get four wins. Okay, and I just, but the whole Jets.
I heard it's already a done deal. Richard Sherman's going to New York, so sure other people will
Well,
follow
we'll
him
see.
there.
I just there's so much movement, and then today's news. Not only, it was Russell. That's who you mentioned to me,
Oh yeah.
Russell.
Oh yeah. Russell's apparently
Do
not
you
happy in
see
Seattle.
a 1-for-1 and maybe a potential pick because the age difference? I see maybe Russell and Watson traded
Yeah, we
for
talked
like
about that.
maybe
From a fantasy
a
standpoint,
fifth or
that
a
would be the
fourth
gold mine.
because they're
Teaming Watson up with those guys.
right. I mean, they're both good QBs. But if Houston sends them with like a fourth because of the age
That would be
difference,
an even trade, I think,
I
for both.
I don't think they'll do straight up. No way.
No, no, they would have the Seattle would have to give up a little bit more, but if they're sending Russ, it won't be that much. Like you said, like a fourth round, third
Yeah,
maybe
because of the age
at the
difference.
most.
Because we know what Russell can do, and if Russell decides to stay for a little
Yeah.
bit longer, I mean, we could see that, but we don't know. So, it's going to be very interesting. We'll see what happens. We are now officially into the off season ish. Players are now probably traveling back home, doing whatever they want. I actually
Mhm.
follow Michael Pittman and what he's doing. He's actually in LA right now fishing. So
Yeah.
I love Michael Pittman, man. He's a really cool guy. Actually, he has a YouTube channel. So, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's a funny guy. So I was watching him, and right now I think, like I said, I'm not sure what or how their schedule is, but I know they're off season now. Obviously, if you look on anywhere on the internet, the Buccaneers are having a time of their life right now. So
Oh, I know. Throwing Super Bowl
um,
trophies.
yeah, tossing them across boats and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you'll see uh, anybody. I don't know when they report. I like. There's no way that they have 6 months off because I know free agency starts March, and then you have the rookie draft in April. So what do we got? I don't think he'll sit out. No,
Oh, it's like
go ahead. You see it?
the O line's too big and Russell is too small. They'll have to move back a few yards more, scramble outside. That makes an O line job harder.
Yeah, but it's Russell, man. It's Russell. He makes it happen. Like I'm pretty sure his O line's just as big as him. So, but I don't see a problem him there going there. And besides, that's where a lot of players go to die anyways, right? So, I mean, besides the Jets. So, I mean, we definitely see that there now currently with Frank Gore's situation. So, yeah.
Is he coming back?
Dude, I hope so. I hope he stays. And I was talking to Tank and Fredo about it. Like I hope he stays till his son gets in. Like that'd be awesome.
I think you were telling me about that too.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Father son duo in the
yeah.
backfield.
Like not even like what if they're in like the same division, you know, and they just play each other. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
But anyways,
no, I agree.
That's you got. That's all pretty much I had to say about that. I mean, I know there's not really much going on right now. We have to wait till the Bucks celebrate their week-long celebration, and
then I got free agency. The draft.
Yeah, definitely. But I do want to talk.
Looking forward to those
for sure. Next week, I really want to talk about the Senior Bowl and what a game that was that everybody missed. Even though I told everyone to watch it, and it seems to be like you and 2 other people I know that watched it. Like, even if it's just because it's college, it doesn't mean it's not football. Like, we all love football. We had no Pro Bowl that week, so there was no reason for anybody to not watch it. So I felt like it was...
Oh, it's definitely a lot better than a Pro Bowl, I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't know. Marshawn Lynch playing
hitting.
Madden? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He sucked, but...
Yeah.
But no.
Saying, though, that Senior Bowl, man, they were going after it.
Like, the thing is, like, it's college, but who cares? Like, if you do fantasy football, you would watch the next generation. Like, this is a time where you will see these athletes play their hardest game ever in their lives because why? They're trying to make a debut for the NFL. So, I would love to see any athlete work their hardest as a team group. Like, this is the Pro Bowl that is for college. However, they care. Where in the NFL Pro Bowl, they're like, oh, yeah, I just threw an interception. I'll just smile about it. Give me a high five. But these college guys, like...
No tackling.
Oh, dude. And then the refs were like, we'll just let it slide. Some of those hits were like,
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, they let them play. And that's what it's all about. Like, I mean, obviously they kept it to a clean spot, clean pace. Like there's no illegal hits. Unless you want to talk about the championship game where Justin Fields got hit, like, by that linebacker and got himself ejected. But that was that game, not the Pro Bowl game. Or the Senior Bowl game. But, yeah. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to talk about or anything like that?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, well,
we've already gone way off track.
Well, what did we miss?
Oh, I just said.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's so much information. There's so much going on.
We got everything.
We have a whole off season to go.
I don't know how we started with the Super Bowl and ended on Breeze and Chimera.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much going on, and then I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm gonna do without the combine. There's no combine.
Oh, I know.
No combine. Sucks. It's like I used to like watch hockey, and I love hockey, and then the combine came on, and I would watch combine for like a couple of weeks, and then the draft would be there. After the draft, you would start thinking about, your mock drafts. And you would start doing mock drafts. And then it kind of like June, July was that little abyss area. But for us, our draft is in July. So June gives us that planning month of nothing but mock drafts, which I'm excited for. I mean, if you saw, did you see in Sleeper that the rookies are already added on there?
Oh, I did not. Are they? That's cool.
Yeah. So if you look on Sleeper, like all the rookies are on there. Of course, they're not added onto the average draft pick. If you do a mock, I'm pretty sure you can see it. But they're not, like, if you actually look through the roster, you have to scroll a little bit, and you'll see Trevor, and you'll see Travis, you'll see Najee Harris in there. So they're all in there. They don't have their photo yet, but They probably will
Well, it usually
closer to
takes a little
August.
while.
Well, yeah. I think I went into the season with Antonio Gibson with no picture, and everyone's
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say Antonio Gibson didn't have a
like,
picture for the longest time.
who's this? Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
You just worry about your whack ass team, all right? I got my team. But and then everyone's like, "Oh, Antonio Gibson." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Okay." I was
Yeah.
surprised you guys didn't pick him up, especially like your dad was like so lost, and he's a Washington fan,
Oh, I know.
and he was like,
I told you I planned on picking him up. I just didn't think you were gonna take him that early.
"Hey, look, I know my
He
stuff,
was on
man.
my radar.
I know my stuff."
Yeah.
So
I
why
mean, he
is
was obviously
Justin
worth
Fields
that.
dropping in mock draft?
He
Good
is all the way
question.
to
So
8 or 7, I think.
yes, because all of a sudden, all right. So that Senior Bowl game, like I don't even know why he's dropping that much, because Zach Wilson's good, but I don't think he's better than Justin Fields.
Well, he's jumped all the way to number 2 in most mock
No,
drafts.
he is right behind Trevor. I don't think
Yeah.
Justin Fields is worse than him. If anything, I think
Fields is
Justin
like the
Fields is
fourth
better.
quarterback now.
Like the kid got hit like back to back games in the playoffs or in the playoff game and then the championship game, and he won the championship game with like probably busted ribs, and like came out with like a really good game. They didn't win, but he still played good. I
Well,
like
he
what I
got his
saw.
ribs busted and had a heck of a game.
I mean,
So
I still like what I saw. They didn't win, but he still played. And for me, like that's how Matthew Stafford is. Like he's a tank. I mean, he could be a mini Matt, and he could be out there and he could get injured. He'll still play. Like these QBs, they'll still play injured. Like even with Mahomes, turf toe and still running around, dude. Like I freaking Kramer said it earlier. He ran like what 400 and something 97, 497 yards.
yeah,
Like, dude, that's stupid. But, anyways, I don't see why Wilson's better than him. I really don't. In a couple of podcasts ago, I did with Fredo and Kramer, that we looked up his stats, and his college stats are almost identical to Mitchell Trubisky's stats his senior year. His junior year. He didn't play much his freshman. He didn't play much his sophomore year. And then his junior year, he put almost the same exact stats as Mitchell Trubisky did. I am going to say, and possibly say that he is definitely a equivalent to Mitchell Trubisky. We'll see. I mean, maybe he puts in a better spot rather than Chicago. And we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like sometimes you get put in a good spot and you're stellar. Like Herbert, we didn't expect that from him, but he got
right.
put in a perfect spot where it was everything, the weapons and the key pieces that he needed were there. And next year's draft, I would not be surprised if people's draft Herbert in the 4th or 5th round over Joe. I don't see that as an issue, because obviously Baker 2 years ago was the 1st round draft pick. Last year, where did everyone take him? High as hell.
Yeah.
But then this year, where did he fall? He was like drafted number 12 or 15. Like
Oh yeah, he was.
he probably went undrafted in fantasy football. Like I'm pretty sure he
in a lot of drafts, probably.
yeah, like we didn't pick him up until afterwards. So I just
Well, I
feel
didn't-
like, you know, depending on where they land and depending on what weapons they have, it's hit or miss. Now for Trevor going to Jets, I actually do see them doing pretty good though. If it was the coach, hands down the coach. He has receivers. They're young. Like he has Wims, who's pretty good, man. And I know in a lot of leagues he wasn't owned, but that was just because nothing was happening over there because Adam Gase sucks.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. He more than proved he was not a good coach.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
He got fired at 2 jobs now. So
yeah. So all right. So what Alfredo said? Turf toe came after his trip to Disney. Yeah. But it's
team doctor
so. Well,
stabbing Tyrod Taylor in the lung.
Well, so I have jokes about those, and I think I mentioned it to these guys earlier, like earlier in the season. The whole Disneyland thing I said is when he looked lost, and I mentioned he was in Disneyland, like he was lost. He was looking at the ground. He didn't know where he was at. He was like a toddler in Disneyland, and the whole, you know, the turf toe. Yeah, it was after that, but it was during that, wasn't it? Either way, he still played the game with turf toe, dude. So that's still good. And his team let him down. Bad. And Herbert, the key piece was his team doctor. Yeah. Well, the team doctor, I have a strong belief that he had Herbert on his fantasy dynasty team. So I think he stabbed Tyrod Taylor and said, I need to win this week. I'm going to puncture your lung to get Herbert. I'm going to start Herbert. But that's what I think. Anyways, yeah, man, that's pretty much concludes it. I think next week we're going to talk about the Senior Bowl, right?
Next week Senior Bowl for sure. Speaking
Right.
of Tyrod Taylor, though, that guy's launched 3 careers, man.
With Baker, him and
Well, Baker, Allen. He was the starting quarterback when Allen got drafted for the Bills.
that's right. I
And
forgot
then he
about
got
that.
beat out by Allen, and now you have Herbert. I was like, dang.
Hey,
If anyone's
man.
looking to draft a quarterback, make sure you sign Tyrod first. He helps out.
Well, yeah. He'll sign with the Jets for a little bit. Maybe the Jags.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. All right, well, that concludes our show, man.
All right.
Thanks, Tank, and thanks, Alfredo. I will see you Sunday and see what kind of madness we got to talk about that, because I know Fredo always has something crazy to say about that one. So, yeah. Well, thanks for showing,
All right.
or thanks for tuning in, man. I'll see you hopefully Wednesday next week. Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
All right, man.
Senior Bowl.
Of course. Later.
Later.